Everybody, it is time to defeat the rebellion once and for all with calculated precision. It is time for Admiral Thrawn to take the Empire to its greatest feats of power. That is right, everyone. We are looking at Admiral Thrawn Data Vault. Again, another leader that can play around with different things. I got a friend at Locals that plays Thrawn Tarkin Town. People like to play like a double blue Thrawn Data Vault. So there's really not really like a true essence way of really playing like Thrawn. Like my friend at Locals uses Thrawn's ability to allow him to exploit out Dooku and Asajj from Twilight of the Republic. The red ones that then get powered up, and then they use Val to then give a bunch of like experience tokens, or using the droid escort to then kill it to make 2 battle droids, so you can exploit a lot easier. So there's a lot of interesting things you can really do with Thrawn himself. But enough said about that. Let's check out the leader, let's check out the deck, and get to Carabass to see how well we do. Thrawn is on the Wicked side states that when you use a when defeated ability, that's the specific text that states on it, when defeated, do X, you may exhaust this leader to do that ability again. So basically, he's double tapping your abilities. So if your ability says on defeat, for instance, oh my gosh, the I'm forgetting the red villainy 6-drop vehicle's name right now. That states when played, when defeated, deal 2 damage to your opponent's base and 2 damage to your opponent's unit. And when it dies, especially if you're going to play like Red Thrawn or Thrawn Red, you can actually then tap him, so you could do 4 damage to your opponent's base and 4 damage or 2 and 2 to opponent's units. So really nice there. So basically, he allows you to double tap all of your abilities. When you control 6 or more resources, you can awaken him for 4/7 on the ground, and he does the exact same thing on his awakened side, but he only does it once. So again, you can only trigger him on both sides once per turn. You can double tap a when defeated card's ability. We have the Data Vault, meaning that we are playing 60 cards here for 33 health. For our deck, here we go. Ground units, we have triple Desperate Commando. When defeated, give a unit -1/-1. Again, everything when defeated, just remind yourself that we can double tap these abilities. We have a triple Dr. Krennic, shielded, and then when this unit, when a unit you play each round has when defeated ability, you can cost 1 less. So, for instance, Desperate Commando is 2. When we have Krennic out, it is 1. So, really good thing also is if you're in the red, a suggestion for Red Thrawn is when you utilize a card like First Order Stormtrooper has a when defeated ability, deal an indirect damage to your opponent. It's 1. Director Krennic makes it 0. So we have a triple Dr. Krennic, triple Dr. Pershing to deal 1 damage to something and draw a card. Triple Cobb Vanith, when defeated, search the top 10 cards of your deck. For a unit that costs 2 or less, discard it. For this phase, you may play that card from your discard pile for free. Again, a really good card to utilize with Red Admiral Thrawn, allowing us to look at 20 cards and throw 2-cost cards into our discard and play them for free. Triple Super Laser Technician. Yes, I know this is a when defeated ability, but you can't double 2 Super Laser Technicians. Can't suddenly just magically appear into your into your resources. Triple Lom Pike. On attack, give a shield token to an enemy unit. If you do give a shield token to a friendly unit, it can smuggle itself out for 5 blue vigilance and villainy. And then finally, Triple Maul. Ambush and Overwhelm. On attack, you may choose another friendly underworld unit. Again, the only real underworld unit we have is the Lom Pike. It takes all the combat damage instead of Maul taking the combat damage. For our space, we got Triple Inferno. For when played, when defeated, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put any number of them on the bottom of your deck and the rest of the top of your deck. Triple Onyx Squadron Brute. When defeated, heal 2 damage from a base. Triple Landing Shuttle. When defeated, you may draw a card. Triple CR90 Relief Runner. Restore 2. When defeated, heal 3 damage from a unit or base. Triple Chimera, the personal flagship of Thrawn himself. When played, you may use a when defeated ability of another friendly unit, which is a really good thing, because say you have Landing Shuttle out, or you say you have the Inferno 4 or Onyx Squadron or Cobb, you could just target it right on the board and say, I'm now going to use that ability without killing that unit off, which is pretty nice. And then when defeated, create 2 TIE Fighter tokens. Triple Avenger to when played. When on attack, an opponent chooses a non-linear unit to control and defeat that unit. And then Triple Devastator. Sentinel Overwhelm, and when played, you deal damage to a unit equal to the number of resources you control, which typically is always going to be 10. For our events, we have triple power of the dark side to have our opponent just kill anything they want. Triple resupply to help us ramp. Triple no glory on the results, which is pretty nasty on this because there are cards that are out there that have win defeated abilities. Even your opponents, like some of their ability cards you can utilize. Like, for instance, a good card that Heroic likes to use is K2SO that has a win defeated ability. If you take K2SO, defeat him, you can tap Thrawn, and then you can use his ability twice. So this is actually really strong in Thrawn, especially if you play against an opponent with win defeated abilities, that you could just take them and then you can use those win defeated abilities yourself. And then because of Thrawn, once again, you could double tap them. Triple overwhelming barrage to give +2/+2, and then we could just start dealing damage everywhere we want to go. And then triple super laser blast, because why not? We're in vigilance villainy. You gotta have the super laser blast at some point. And then finally, triple treacherous to take a 3-cost unit or less and take control of it. And then again, if this upgrade falls off, our opponent gets control back of their card. So that is our Thrawn data vault. Let's go to Karabast and see if Grand Admiral Thrawn can win. Alright folks, here we go. It's Admiral Piett. But I'm Grand Admiral Thrawn, so I should clearly be better than Piett. So anyways, Piett is all about capital class vessels. Action, tap him, play a capital ship unit from your hand. It costs 1 less. If you control 5 or more resources, you can deploy this leader. Typically this deck only has 1 ground thing. It's Piett. We're going to actually keep this hand is very strong here, going here. Let's do an Avenger and a Long Pike. Again, we do have no glory on the results, which is really good against this strategy. So this is Piett yellow. A lot of people play Piett blue as well. So it's very interesting to see a person on Piett yellow. A very interesting, already tapping to bring out the Outlaw, which is a really good trigger there because of the fact of how this works. As much as I don't like that, I think doing the Inferno 4 is better. Anyways, we'll go landing shuttle down here. But anyways, this is actually a really good thing right here. The Outlaw Corona is actually a capital class vessel. So it actually does allow Piett to trigger off of. Allows Piett to actually reduce the cost, bringing it out for 2. Not bad. An Onyx Brute here. We'll just claim the initiative. Again, they did use a resupply as well. We'll put another Long Pike away. Let's see. We're going to go Onyx Brute. We will trigger this. Oh, I guess he's playing Super Laser Tech in his. Okay. We're going to damage the Onyx Brute to draw. That's pretty nice. 𝐂𝐓𝐿 is pretty nice because of us playing a deck that really wants to draw a lot of things. Alright, so let's swing into there. We will trigger the draw 1 and then trigger to draw another to get another Devastator. That's actually pretty nice there. We can also just swing the... the Onyx Brute won't be powerful enough to actually knock this out. We're actually going to probably have to figure out how exactly we knock this thing out for a turn. Already going Piett. Okay. Interesting. So he's just doing Piett to start reducing the cost of his things. The Treacherous on the Super Laser attack actually is going to be actually really good here. That's actually probably the play we're going to do. Get the Super Laser attack and then immediately have the ability of Super Laser and then be able to have the Super Laser attack to then grant us some pretty cool things here. Because we'll be able to swing the Super Laser attack into Piett. That then gives us 6 resources because technically we get the Super Laser attack. The Super Laser attack goes into that. Or we can go Onyx Brute there, heal, trigger, heal. So basically it's like we did nothing at all. My guess here is we probably should do Dr. Pershing. Dr. Pershing kill this off. Draw a card, do this, play Super Laser attack as a resource and ready it. Trigger, basically because we do get it, because we technically are the one that killed it, which is pretty nice, because we technically were the one that killed it off. I got all my Devastators. We're going to deploy Grand Admiral Thrawn as well. And you know what? Grand Admiral Thrawn, kill off this pass. And, well, the Chimera doesn't really help here because we don't have any win-defeated characters right now to really play. We'll put Dr. Pershing away. Yeah, it doesn't help when you have a Chimera, but you don't have any win-defeated guys to really play. I'm keeping this no glory only results when he drags out a big cruiser because I need to kill it off. Unless he's got Relentless, which is the one thing that basically every turn you have to... your opponent basically has to lose a... basically has to burn 2 event cards to basically do anything. We'll swing in Piett. Do the 4 damage. Again, the Piett hasn't even done anything. He has not really used Piett's face-up ability to reduce the cost of anything. Okay, besides make that. I still want this for bigger ships than a resupply carrier, if I'm being a little honest. Cancel that. Let's put out this. Piett to swing, knocking out Dr. Pershing. We'll play out Cobb. Oh, well, I guess we didn't get Dr. Pershing. We claim the initiative. That's hilarious. We'd actually steal another super laser tech. We'll put a Cobb away. We don't need any more Cobbs. Let's see. Let's go this into this. Let's throw Director Krennic, trigger Thrawn. Let us throw a Onyx Brute. And we could basically play both those. Oh, we did. I thought I took a Dr. Krennic. Okay. Knock out that. We are going to put out an Onyx Brute. No, here it is. A Director Krennic Onyx Brute. So Onyx Brute. And then, okay, so that's kind of something I do want to steal. We will trigger the draw. That is an object we are going to steal and immediately kill off. Okay. Heal 2 damage from a base. We still have the ability to bring out Director Krennic for free. That resupply. And I mean, pass on that one. Let's do the Chimera. It's not doing anything right now for us at all. The matter of it is now he can only reduce the cost of 1 ship. So the problem is, no, he doesn't have the Annihilator. The Annihilator is a blue costed card. He would need, it's already 11. He would need 13 power to actually utilize an Annihilator. Kill that off. We will trigger to put another card. Right, bounty, put the top card, deck new resources. That just gives us 1 more. An Executor. We will just claim the initiative there. We can basically kill the Executor off of this. Okay. What did we put in? Another super laser tech. Do we really need... I don't think we need to actually put anything more in our resources. I think we're pretty well fine. This. Literally murk off this and then make a whole bunch more TIE fighters. By the way, this is a win defeat. Oh, wait, no. Oh, shoot. We should have done only no glory, only results, and we could have double triggered a bunch of TIE fighters. That's my bad. Huh. Oh, wow. I just missed a massive chance to make a whole bunch of TIE fighters on my opponent. We're basically probably going to super laser blast this board state at some point because we definitely are a little too many TIE fighter tokens right now. Okay. Swing 12 at base. I mean, man, we had a great chance there to use no glory on the results. Trigger and double tap. Woo! Tokens everywhere! Look at all the TIEs! Look at them all swarming all over the place. TIE fighters everywhere! That's a lot of TIE fighters. We're just going to claim. I'm not going to swing a Director Krennic into this to give it an experience token. My gosh, look at all of these TIE fighters that are just dying against this Devastator. Let's see. The resupply can actually get put into the resources. This is hilarious. Look at all of these TIE fighter tokens that are all over the place. Look at them all. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. You know. All right. No win defeated abilities right now for that Chimera, but we'll actually have it here. Because then we'll be able to double tap the draw 2 off of this The Acclimator, knock out this to give him that. Devastator again, kill off this. And now the Devastator is guarding my life once again. Now they have the Dodorian gunship that deals indirect damage to the number of vehicles. I have to deal 7 indirect damage. 4 there. And then 1 here. Then let's see, we got 3 left. We'll take all 3 on base. Trigger to draw, trigger to draw. Anyways, let's smash. Let's get the smashing on. TIE Fighter on TIE Fighter violence! TIE Fighters everywhere. All the TIEs. Smash base. This is just hilarious. The fact that we had the Executor. All the TIE Fighter tokens we had. That's hilarious. I don't think we're ever going to need Traitorous because this guy is never going to get into the board state where that is actually going to be feasible for me. Look at the resources man owns, 2 of which are mine because of the Acclimators. These little guys right here, the Aquidicans, the Arquidans, salt carriers, smash into Devastator. Let's see, what do we want to do? Let's put a Desperate Commando. They're desperate. You know what, folks? We gotta get another one and trigger. Oh my goodness, look at all the TIE Fighters. Look at them all. Look at them all. 6 TIE Fighters. Okay, I don't think my opponent is living. Let's just wrap this up. Kill him and win. That was amazing. Well, you know what? That was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of the really good ability of Thrawn being able to double tap a lot of our stuff. The board like Cobb. We saw with the Onyx. I don't think we saw with the Relief Runner, but I mean, we saw with the Landing Shuttle. I mean, we drew cards for days. We saw how powerful Thrawn could be with no glory, only results on our opponent's stuff that's when defeated, and Thrawn is still face up, so we can double tap him. Yeah, double tapping the Executor was just amazing. That was just hilarious. And we double tapped that to make a whole bunch of TIE Fighter tokens. There was TIE Fighters everywhere. Swarming fighters. Yeah. But yeah, I think Thrawn is a really cool leader, especially because he is a rotated leader because he's in JTL. So once March 26th comes around, yeah, we do lose, we'll lose a lot of Cobb and Super Laser Tech. I suppose they'll reprint Super Laser. I mean, this stuff here, we'll lose a little bit down here as well. Power of the Dark Side's gone. But nonetheless, if they print more really good win defeated cards in set 5, set 6, and then before rotation, we should have rotation. We'll have 3 sets before we rotate out, because that's what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, and then so we should have probably. So by the time set 9 drops into the format, we'll have about 6 sets worth of win defeated stuff. Even then, the expanded format stuff that we'll have once we start the rotations, Thrawn will be even better. This Thrawn will be even better expanded when you have all of your win defeated stuff. But yeah, nonetheless, I really do like this Thrawn. I think it's a very unique Thrawn. I mean, there's different ways to do it. You have the Val trigger, which is when defeated, you can give 2 experience tokens to a unit. Then you can trigger Thrawn to give 4 experience tokens to a unit. You have stuff like that. Like I said, you have the red stuff. There's a lot of really good stuff in red that can be destroyed. I said, Droid Escort can be very interesting, especially if you wanted to do some kind of exploiting stuff. And stuff like that. I mean, there's some very interesting things you can really do with Thrawn. I don't think this is the end-all build of Thrawn. I think everyone has a different Thrawn build that they like. Everyone has a different collection of cards they like to play with Thrawn. So nonetheless, I do really like this leader. I think he's very, very strong. And when he goes off with his win defeated abilities and when he starts double tapping a lot of stuff, it just gets dangerous. I mean, no glory only results is extremely dangerous for your opponent because I get to double tap all your win defeated abilities that you thought you would get to use. So yeah, really neat leader, really cool leader. But yeah, let me know down in the comments. Do you guys prefer Data Vault Thrawn, or do you guys want to say do you play more say a double blue Thrawn or Thrawn red or Thrawn Tarkentown? What Thrawn version do you guys play, or do you think really is the best? It seems like in meta contention right now, Thrawn Data Vault is the best strategy. But Let me know other versions of the Grand Admiral Thrawn that you play. Let me know your thoughts on the gameplay, on the wackiness of Executor TIE Fighter Swarm. Let me know all that down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you're notified when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you here next time. I'm on Dragons, TCG.